Okay, so welcome to tonight's mentoring call. This is the second portion of the new coach or maybe getting back to the basics call for our team. So last week we talked about your why and really diving into what is your driving force? Why do you want to be here? Why do you want to be a health and fitness coach? Above and beyond wanting to help people, because we all have a common goal of wanting to help people and wanting to be a better version of ourselves. But what above that do you want to do? We also talked about creating your list. So if you have not yet done that, I strongly encourage you to get your list of 100 to 150 people done. And if you need a little help, Julie, I know you were out of town, so we can touch base about that. Hannah, are you working on yours, Hannah? Your list of people?
I haven't worked on it yet. I'm going to start it soon, probably tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. So you're working on that. I have your why, and I have your perfect day and the type of coach that you plan on being. Mm-hmm. So we talked about all of that. I'm just going to make sure everybody's muted. Okay. So tonight what we're talking about, hey, there's Julie's face. Hi. So for tonight, what we're talking about is time management, inviting scripts, and then posting on social media. Okay, so for the first one, time management. So this is something that for myself personally, I really struggled with when I first started as a new coach. My upline at the time was just starting out. So we were the blind leading the blind, you guys. Like I had no idea what to do, where to start. And that's totally different now. Like we have systems in place, we have power hours, we have all the structure there in place for you. So I'm going to show you here really quick through my screen share. And I actually uploaded it today in our Facebook group. So if you have not yet seen the file I added, I created a daily to-do list. And what's really cool about this is you can, nice picture, Tati. What's really cool about this is you can actually print it off and use it as your daily and weekly schedule. And I got this from Amy Reelman, who is a 7-star diamond coach, I believe. And so you can see here, if I just move my little, all you guys over here. So you'll see here weekly happenings. So Monday we have the National Wake Up Call. Tuesday we have where you should be double checking your sponsorship drill down, which for you girls at this point, we are not there, but that's when you start getting your own team. You'll want to check your sponsorship drill down. But for you, you want to make sure that you have an active status each week. And I always check mine every day. But I really encourage you to check it at least on Tuesday and on Thursday. And the reason is because on Wednesday at midnight, so tonight at midnight, our week closes. So checking it before Wednesday and then checking it right after to see if anybody's going to be going inactive or if you need to maybe make a purchase or share something with somebody to keep yourself active, that's a good thing to do. And then on Wednesday, we have our team call as well as our mentoring call like we have now. But what's more important here that I wanted to point out as far as time management is every day you should be tackling the behaviors to help your business grow forward. So what you can simply do is personal development is something you should do every single day. So under Monday, you would put however many minutes you did, Tuesday, however many minutes, just so you can track how much personal development, how many minutes you're doing every single day. If you did your Shakeology that day, check it off. If you did your workout, check it off. If you followed your meal plan and you kept on with pretty good eating, check it off. And then for the next one is going to be how many people did you invite to a challenge group? So starting as a new coach, we really recommend doing 3 to 5 to start per day. That's after we start building some relationships. So we have to kind of start doing that first. How many of those people that you invited for the day were to the coaching opportunity? And then the next one is the number of posts on social media. So how many times did you post on social media? We're going to talk about that a little bit tonight. That doesn't mean just posting Beachbody, because we are all so much more than just Beachbody and just the coaching opportunity and just challenge groups, right? We're Hannah and we're Julie and we're Tatiana and we're moms and we're just out of high school, just out of college. Like there's so much more to us than just being Beachbody. So we'll talk about that here in a few minutes. Checking into your group. So once you start running challenge groups, which I encourage you to do as soon as possible, because when you run a challenge group, it gives you something to invite people to. The number of people that you're adding to your list every day. So going through Facebook suggested friends, maybe somebody that you met at the store and you added them on Facebook, adding to your network, adding to your list are the people, how many did you do per day? And then how many, let's see, let me scroll down. Sorry, my computer's touchscreen, so it kind of messes with me sometimes. Message the new ads. So once you've added new people, messaging them and connecting. And then message liked posts. So that's actually a form of inviting for me. I actually reach out to people who, if I do post about a challenge group or if I post about the coaching opportunity, even if it's an indirect way, like maybe I just posted like my progress, I will look at who liked that. And if I'm not already connecting with that person, I will shoot them a message, say, hey girl, how are things going? I hope you're having a wonderful day. I happen to notice that you liked my post today about my progress post or whatever the post was about. Thanks a lot, girl. Was that something that you were just liking, or is that something that you were interested in learning more about? Okay, so starting a conversation from them engaging on something that has to do with progress or a challenge group, things like that, because sometimes people aren't so excited about reaching out to you, but they may just be silently liking things and kind of following you, okay? Follow up, so just going into your inbox and making sure that you're checking all of your messages and you're responding to all the messages that haven't been responded to. When you're first starting out, it's going to be really easy to stay on top of. But as you grow in the business and as you start creating more conversations to grow those relationships with people, you're going to want to start really tracking that, because you'll get lost really quickly. And then the last one is checking in with your personally sponsored coaches. So that's, you know, when you do start having that. But what I strongly encourage for you girls at this point is doing your personal development, making sure you're jumping on the team calls, you're doing Shakeology workouts, you're following the meal plans, you're starting new conversations and adding people to your list, and you're inviting to the challenge groups and the coaching opportunity, okay? So that was that one that I wanted to show you. I gotta move this little Zoom thing here. So that you can print that off, and then there's actually a little to-do list like at the bottom and stuff like that that you can write notes and things like that. If I go to photos, so a power hour for time management, how much time you should be spending on each task. This is very helpful so that you don't spend too much time. I know as a newer coach, when I first started, I would get stuck in conversations with people, with the same person over and over and over, and then I would feel like I got absolutely nothing done. So the way to avoid that, let's see if I can find it here. Shouldn't be that far down, I wouldn't think. Is to set a timer on your phone so that you aren't staying locked in a certain conversation for too long. Here it is. So there's a couple of them here. This is Meg's Power Hour. And basically it's invite at least 3 to 10 for 3 to 10 minutes, or at least 3 for 10 minutes. So you're setting a timer on your phone for 10 minutes and you're done with that. Then you set your phone for 10 minutes and you do follow-ups. Then you set your phone for 10 minutes and you add 5 new people and you message, you start new conversation with 5 new people. So when you start a new conversation, I know Hannah, you were asking about this. So when you're starting a conversation with somebody that you maybe haven't talked to in a while, you're just asking them how things are going. If you maybe haven't seen that person or haven't seen any of their posts for a while, don't be afraid to actually go to their Facebook page and see what they've been posting for the last couple of days and drum up conversation. Hey girl, I saw this pop up in my news feed and I saw that whatever, you know, I saw that you went to the park with your family. How was that? Just start up general conversation. We're not looking to make this go to Beachbody or about inviting to a challenge group right away. We're about reconnecting and growing that relationship with people. So just starting general conversation. 10 minutes for checking into your groups once you have those up and running, 10 minutes to respond to messages. So again, that's kind of like a follow-up. And then 10 minutes on liking and commenting on top challenge or coaching prospects. So the people who you feel are really engaging with you and that you would like to involve in a challenge group or that you see as rock stars and you want them on your team. So that's her power hour. So these are in our photos of the team. And then this is another one that I had shared, the power hour tasks that Kelly had shared. And again, it gives you the same thing as far as time management, how much time you should be spending on each thing. Okay. So that kind of covers the time management. I'm going to stop screen share for just a second before I move on. Are you girls good there? Are you still with me? Yeah? Okay, cool. I'm going to go back to screen share and show you our script. So when you start inviting people, I have a lot of different styles, but it generally stays about the same when I invite people to join me. And if you go to the albums of our photos, you'll see right here, inviting to challenge groups, sharing the coaching opportunity, inviting to the coaching opportunity, inviting to challenge groups. These are simple screenshots of how I invite people all the time. And it's generally going to be the same. So I start general conversation in the first paragraph, always touch base about what you had connected with that person about before. So I know us too, so we must have been talking something about that I was like, yeah, we are too. Trying to get everything geared up for the weather to change. Our new house has a bunch of trees, so just raking is a chore. How many more horse shows do you have this year, or are you just about done? By the way, a couple weeks ago, you were interested in learning more about my 21-day nutrition and fitness group to start working towards your goals. Is this something that you're still interested in being a part of with us, Deb? So that's how I invited, but see how I talked to her first about what's going on with her. I was interested in how things are going for her and what's going on in her life before I was just like, hey, you want to join my challenge group? And I didn't throw the product out there. I just said, are you interested in joining my girlfriends and I in a challenge group? So that's typically, and there's several different options in here, but that you can kind of read through. That's how I invite. Once I invite them and they ask me, well, yeah, how much does it cost? Or, yeah, what is it about? I don't jump right into, you know, oh, well, it costs this much, or I would say do this program. I then say, yeah, absolutely. I'd love to give you more information about that. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions first to see if this is a good fit for you? Okay, so then I put a question back to them, and typically, how do you know she was interested by her liking a post? She'd actually reached out to me. That particular person had reached out to me about a group, and she was a yes, but then never enrolled. So she was more of a follow-up invite, okay? So once they say yes, I don't mind, then I will dive into the script where I ask, you know, could you tell me a little bit about what your goals are, what you would like to work on with your nutrition and fitness? Could you tell me a little bit about what your struggles are? You know, try to find out what they've already tried, what has failed, what has not worked for them. I ask them to tell me a little bit about their daily meal plan, so I have an idea of, are they eating out all the time? And really this is going to be a pretty simple fix to teach them about proper nutrition. Just asking them about their daily activities and what they're already doing to work towards their goals, okay? So once I get to that point and we've talked about their goals, and 9 times out of 10, you guys, the perfect match of a program is going to be the 21-day fix. Hannah, you're into dancing and you have been, so a lot of your community of friends is going to know you as a dancer and is probably going to be more drawn to that. So maybe Country Heat is going to be the perfect fit for you. Typically, though, with the 30 minutes of strength training and yoga and cardio with 21-day fix and the dialed-in nutrition, that is 9 times out of 10 going to be the perfect match for somebody who's struggling to get started with their nutrition and fitness. So once we talk about their goals, I have an idea of what their struggles are. I go straight to the posting scripts for the 21-day fix, which is in our files tab of the group. This is just kind of, this is a back and forth conversation. So asking about their goals, Once I know their goals, I copy and paste this. It says, I have no doubt I can help you to achieve that. And then, so what I would recommend is, and it's talking about the 21-day fix. And then it says, does that sound like something that could help you to be whatever? That's where you would insert, you know, maybe that person doesn't want to be confident in a bathing suit and see their abs. Whatever their goals were that you were already talking about. Maybe they want to be more comfortable with making food choices. So you would say, does that sound like something that could help you to be more comfortable with your nutrition and work on shedding some weight with your fitness as well, or something like that? Whatever they shared with you, what their goals are. And then once they say, yes, that sounds wonderful, how much does it cost? That's usually when the pricing comes up again, or sometimes it doesn't. And I say, perfect. They just say, yes, I'm ready to do it. And you say, perfect. Registration closes on this day for my challenge group. So just FYI, my challenge group registration closing date is always 1 week prior to the group starting. Okay? That way they have time to get their package in the mail and to look it over. So I'll say, perfect, registration closes on this day and we're going to be getting started on this day. So I'll give you for example, looking at a calendar here. So if I had a group starting on the 22nd, so great. Registration will be closing on August 15th, and our group will be starting on August 22nd. When will work well for you to get registered, girl? Then usually the price will come up at that point, and that's when I copy and paste this part of the script right here. I used to be really afraid of scripts, you guys. Like, perfectly honest, I would not use them. But since I've been using them, it keeps me from word vomiting and saying too much to people, and has led me to where I am today. I am at Success Club for 31 months running because I've been using the scripts for 31 months. So you can alter them a little bit, but don't be afraid to use them. I used to be so afraid because I'd be like, they know I'm using a script. It's just giving you structure. Thank you. But it's just giving you structure so that you don't, you know, especially starting out, like if somebody says, hey, like they message you and they say, hey, like, what are you doing? You look great. I'm really want to know what you're doing because I'd like to lose weight for this wedding or whatever the occasion is. And you get so excited because you're new and you're like, yeah, I got somebody that's excited. And then you just you send them your link or whatever, and you get so excited about it. Then you hear crickets and you're like, well, what the hell did I do wrong? It's just because you got a little too excited. So this is something I will say. When somebody is messaging you or they do say yes, when you've invited them, take a deep breath and say, that's really awesome. What interests you about being a part of something like this? Start asking questions so you don't start talking, okay? So don't be afraid to follow the scripts. There are several of them. So, you know, look through the group, see, yes. Yes, for sure. Take a deep breath and don't jump at whatever the first thing is that happens. So check out the different scripts, find what one works for you. There are several of them in there, but as far as once they say yes and you know their goals, the Posting 21-Day Fix script has been my go-to for the last 2 years. I mean, religiously, it has. And typically, once people start with that program, when they're ready to move into another one, we've built a relationship enough that I can talk freely with that person, and you know, we can decide what their goals are at that point. But that's really a perfect getting started on the right path program, in my opinion. So moving on, we are going to talk about posting on social media. So this is something that as coaches, and sharing inspiration and just being an uplifting person on social media, my go-to is Facebook. I am present on Instagram, but I am typically using Facebook for 95% of my business, and sharing my life. And so you don't want to be just Beachbody, because one, you're not just Beachbody, but two, it turns people off, right? They don't want to see just nutrition and fitness all the time. They want to be able to relate to you and know who you are. So when you're creating a schedule, I strongly encourage a schedule. Like Marguerite was saying, my schedule is actually posted in our files, so you can look at what I post. It's altered a little bit because I change it a little bit here and there, but For the most part, it's exactly the same as it has been, and you can look through and see, like my main post on Monday is always a challenge group. On Tuesday is Transformation Tuesday. On Wednesday is Wellness Wednesday. On Thursday is the coaching opportunity because it's payday for most people. And they're like butt hurt basically because their paycheck's gone before it actually comes in the door. And Friday is usually some sort of family fun or family date night or something like that. Saturday is usually my progress, and then Sunday is some sort of inspiration. So I post typically 5 times per day, but that's like my main post, if you will. So check that out, see what works well for you. But what I would encourage is writing down 7 to 10 things that make you who you are. Okay? 7 to 10 things that make you who you are outside of nutrition and fitness. Are you a mom? Did you just start a new job? Do you have animals? I have horses, so sometimes I'm posting about that. What are things that make you you? That you can share with people, that you would post on a regular basis. Pictures of your children, what they're doing, what sports they're in, you know, what you're doing in family travels, things like that. And putting those in and sprinkling those in around what your Beachbody posts are going to be, okay? And if you don't post on social media like at all right now or hardly ever, start out with 1 post per day and then slowly add to it. I would much rather have quality over quantity. You want to get engagement. You want to ask questions. You want to encourage people to engage on your posts. So if you're just posting something and talking at people and putting no thought into it, you might as well not post anything. If it's a really blurry, crappy picture, you might as well not post it. Think about the quality of what you're putting out there, because like I said, I would much rather have 1 good quality post a day than 3 to 5 that are just half thought about and not really, you know, no intentions. Yes, because that's you. So is it okay? Hannah asked, is it okay to still share like funny videos, or should I stop doing that? No, that's you. That's still a part of who you are, is sharing something that makes you laugh and might make other people laugh. Absolutely. I would just limit it to only doing it a couple times a week rather than filling your news feed with it. And, you know, after a couple weeks, what we'll do is we'll go back through your Facebook and we'll reevaluate, like, okay, maybe you're posting a little bit too much of this, or maybe we need to start posting a little bit more about Beachbody, or kind of finding that perfect balance and seeing where things lie. Okay. So for tonight, I think that pretty much wraps everything up. Oh, okay. So I don't think that I really need to say this, but now that you're a coach, please don't post your link on your page or like on your social media. Please. I did it. I did it, you guys, because I didn't have any guidance to how to properly use social media. And I just was like flying off the whatever, you know, I was just trying to make things work. So I was putting my link in my pictures. It was awful when I first started 4 years ago. So, and I got no success out of that. Like, I got nowhere, and it's frustrating. But I try not to use the program names or Shakeology. I try to use nutrient dense meal replacement shake, my chocolate, yummy goodness, whatever you want to use. But I try not to put the names out there, because you eliminate yourself when you throw the names of the programs and the products that you're using out there. People don't have to ask you questions because they can Google it, right? You know, that's the easiest way to do things, is just Google it yourself. So I try not to put the product names out there. I don't throw my link out there. And I don't ever want to see a Shakeology cup and somebody like kissing their Shakeology cup, because it's amazing. It is amazing, and I wish I could drink it for every meal of the day, especially now that I have my chocolate back in the house. I was missing it, something horrible, but it's not attractive, and nobody's gonna engage on a post like that. So make it really yummy and make like banana ice cream with it or something, and make it look like it's to die for, and everybody's like, ooh, what is that you're eating? So that's all I have for tonight. Do you girls have any questions? Did I go way too fast? I'm trying just to let you girls go for the night. Are you trying to unmute? I'll unmute you, Julie, if that's what you're trying to do. You can talk. No?
Hang on.
Yeah, you can talk. I can hear you.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Obviously, I've been MIA for a little while.
Hey,
I'm finding
it's all right.
I don't know. I'm finding I'm kind of getting a late start to all of this, but I'm finding the whole like setting up your profile and navigating the coaching website very difficult. Like to the point where I was like frustrated and I was like, I'm putting the computer down and walking away from it.
Oh no.
Yeah. And I don't know, any tips? Like I like some of the stuff I'm like, it was like they wanted you to like put in your distance of like your vertical jump and like, do I have to be that like, fill out all of that?
No, you just want to make sure that like your profile, like your name and stuff is done in your bio for the most part, and maybe a short, there's like a little blog section, I think, if I remember correctly. I haven't even looked at it since, I think I updated it like once.
Because it was like I would find the whatever I was supposed to find, like the website, and I would be like, oh, I remember seeing that, and then I would go back to try to like find it later, and I had no idea where I saw that page at.
Oh, yeah, it shouldn't be, you shouldn't have a whole lot. It's just teambeachbody.com, and then you log in and you'll just set up your profile, and it'll actually give you like how, like when you log in, it should tell you like how much of a percentage of your profile is complete.
Okay.
So
and then the other question that I had was, I'm trying to go back to my emails real quick. I think it was like in the welcome email that you had sent me.
Yeah.
It said something about canceling your like Team Beachbody membership and something about until you were a certain status, but I didn't understand what that meant or why or.
You aren't going to want to cancel that because you use your BOD. So that's just simply for the club membership. Not all coaches want to pay that extra fee right off the bat. So it's not something that's required until you're an Emerald coach, but it is optional. So most people will cancel that because they aren't always streaming BOD since they have the programs at home. Does that make sense?
Okay.
No?
Not really. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't really understand what the Team Beach, I don't really understand what that is, I guess.
Okay, so the club membership is what allows you to stream the videos live, which you use, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I use it like every day.
Yeah. So when you don't have the club membership, which is a paid membership, it's $2.99 per week, which works out to be $41 quarterly. When you don't have that, you cannot stream BOD. You can't have Beachbody on demand and stream your videos live.
Okay.
Okay. So a lot of coaches, I mean, probably half, don't use that all the time. So they'll actually cancel that fee to save money, you know, when they're getting started. And then once you're an Emerald coach, in order to qualify for leads, which the company gives to you, you have to have that. It's a requirement.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I think that's it.
I'm going to send you the link for the first coaching call so that the mentoring call, so that you get the gist of what we went over last week while you were gone.
Okay. Yeah, I saw I don't know what you want to call it, the quick start guide and like setting up your profile, and that was about all the further I made it before I got too frustrated.
No, that's okay. I mean, I know you guys are going to get home. So I'll send you that link, which will give you what we went over last week as far as your why and creating your list and why you want to do a list and how you do that and all of that information.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And then once you start diving into that, if you have any questions, let me know. We could always do in that welcoming email that I sent you, there's the QD scheduler link. So you can schedule a one-on-one call with me if we need, and we can do a call like this where we can screen share and I can walk you through how to do things on the screen too if we need to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Can I ask a quick question?
Absolutely not.
My mom said it would be a good idea to reach out to the people that I invited to our little group that we have going on. Would I just start out with a simple conversation for that?
To the people that you invited to The Biggest Loser?
No, the Summer Slim Down, I think it's called. It's my mom's group.
So did you already invite them, or you invited them to an event? How are they?
It's an event. I invited them to it.
And they said interested or accepted, or they haven't done anything?
They haven't done anything. They've just looked at it.
Okay. So yeah. So what I would say is, especially if you haven't talked to that person in a while, I would just start general conversation. Like we were talking about, build that relationship. How are things going? Things like that. Typically how I work through my list is, let's say on Monday, I reached out to a brand new person and I started building a relationship, general conversation. What do you do for a living? How are you? Do you have kids? Things like that. After that, I will follow up with them 2 days later. Excuse me, this is a brand new person, mind you, that I've never spoken to before. Then 2 or 3 days later, I will follow up with them again, connect. What were we talking about? Maybe I saw a post about them. I will connect again. 2 or 3 days after that, I will invite them to a group. If it's somebody that I know, like if these are people that you're friends with, I would connect with them. And then 2 or 3 days later say, hey girl, like blah, 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 whatever you were talking about, start that conversation, dive back into what you were talking about, and then just say, by the way, I'm not sure if this is for you or not, but I wanted to reach out and personally invite you to join me and my friends in blah, 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 whatever, if it's your country heat that you guys are going to be doing, whatever you want to do with that as far as the wording, you can kind of follow the screenshots I was showing you. But by the way, I wanted to invite you to join me and my girlfriends, or my girlfriends and myself. So by the way is a good segue, but you're inviting them to join you with a group of people. It's not just you, and you're not just pitching them, you're inviting them to join with you.
Okay.
Okay. Does that help?
Yeah.
So since you are working on your list and you are starting to build some contacts, I would definitely start 3 to 5 people a day, non-negotiable. Start building that relationship and talking. And
okay.
Make some sort of a tracking system. Are you a paper and pen type of a person?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, so that's how I am. I can't use like Google spreadsheets or anything like that. I like to write everything down. So I have I'll grab it really quick. So I have I think it's the same one that your mom has, my journal, or my planner, if you will. So these are my 5 brand new people that I reach out to on a daily basis. I put their names up here. These are the people I'm going to follow up with. And then these are all the people I'm going to invite. So they go from this list to the middle list to the 3rd list. Does that make sense? So I can track it. And then when they say yes or they're interested, they go in this little box here, so that I can very easily flip back through all the weeks when I'm, maybe I have a challenge group coming up and I'm starting to invite people. I will go back to the people that were yeses that maybe didn't commit. And I will follow up with them to re-invite them. And because it's in the bottom, that's just what I have found that works really, really well for me. But you need to find some sort of a tracking system that works well for you. I know that Marguerite she's got one of those really nice planners. I forget what they're called, but they have like the special rings that you can change them in and out and stuff. But she also uses Streak. If you like computer, you might like Streak, which is a Google program that you can use for tracking people. You can move lists and color code them and all kinds of stuff. I don't know a whole lot about it because, like I said, I like paper and pen. But so just make sure you're using some sort of a tracking system and you're writing people's names down. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Julie, I hope we didn't overwhelm you too much. I know you're just jumping in, so just soak it in, and when you have questions, ask. Okay. And I will be sure to answer them. And if you have to text me or message me or whatever, and you guys, this is the thing. And when you're first getting started, I don't mind if it's a small question. As we get through this month, my rule of thumb is going to be ask 3 and then ask me. Because if I am just always your go-to, you're not going to learn for yourself. So like I said, I don't mind for this first month if you're coming to me and you have questions, but as you start learning a little bit more and you're getting a little bit of a hang on things, I ask that you Google, ask in the group, look in your coach online office, look at 3 different sources, and if you still can't figure it out, then come to me, okay? That way, when your coaches start to ask, you know right away where you found that information and where to send that person, okay? All right, cool. So I'm super excited, Julie. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna write that in my journal right now, that tomorrow morning I will send you that that link so that you can watch the mentoring call. It's not the one from last Wednesday because that was like a whole call in one. I didn't stop recording, so I'll send you the one from last month so that way it's just literally like 20 minutes or whatever, so you can dive right into that. Okay?
Alrighty.
All right, girls, I apologize. It's a little bit of a later evening than usual, but thank you so much for being troopers and being here, and I will talk to you all later.
Bye.
All right,
Bye.
good night.